Hello, future teachers! My name is Chloe, and I am an acquaintance of Miss Abilar. Now that you know what is an organization, what is linkages with organization, and networking with organization, come and join me. Let's explore the linkages and networking with organization of educational institutions nationwide. But first, let us start with linkages. In linkages in organization, we have what we call the international, national, and local linkages. But first, let us dig deeper on the international linkages. So when we say international, we are talking about around the world, wherein it involves different countries. First, we have Phylum de Theta. It is an international honor society and professional association. Its main project is ETP, or Excellence in Teaching Project. Next, we have Innotech. It is a center for training educational leaders from Southeast region under the CMO organization. One of its projects is to update teachers' knowledge and skills in implementing alternative learning systems. And then we have World Council for Curriculum and Instruction, or WCCI, a transnational educational organization committed to advancing the achievement of a just and peaceful world community. And it appreciates the interest and commitment of educators worldwide in participating the conference. And last, still under international linkages, we have Association for Supervision and Curriculum Development, also known as ASCD. It is a membership organization that develops programs, products, and services essential to the way educators learn, teach, and lead. These linkages shows that even distant countries are making ways to communicate and share whatever they know and impart learning with each other. Now let's move on to the national and local linkages. So when we say national or local, means it is inside or within the country. These are the linkages that are established between universities and colleges offering identical degrees in which cross-enrollment for subjects needed for graduation is allowed. It is also a joint researches that could be conducted by 2 or 3 universities depending on their field of expertise. Amazing, right? Well, that is it that you have to know for linkages in organization. Now let's move on to the networking with organizations. We have actually 4 domains under networking system, namely as professional organization, foundations, government offices, and media. But first, let us start with networking with professional organization. Under it, we have the consortium among universities and colleges. But wait, what is a consortium? A consortium is a network of colleges and universities that share academic and extracurricular resources. For example, the Taft Consortium and Menjola Consortium. Now, these universities participate in a full consortium resources, such that, for instance, science teachers from college meet regularly for discussion and best practices. Next, we have subject specialist, a school or university subject that concentrates on a particular field of knowledge. First on the list, we have Biota, an organization of biology teachers from universities nationwide. They held an annual convention together and discussed the latest in their own areas. Next, we have the Mathed, a council of mathematics teachers and educators. Its major project is to upgrade the competence of mathematics teachers through national conferences, workshops, and training sessions conducted nationwide. Next, we have Physics Teachers Association. It implements professional development programs, sponsors contests, and participates actively in international conferences as paper presenters. And last, Chemistry Teacher Association. Upgrading of chemistry teachers through national conventions and assemblies. And for the third, still under networking with professional organization, we have Teacher Education Institutions. Under it, we have Philippine Association for Teacher Education, or PAFTE. It is an association composed of deans, professors, and instructors from colleges of education, both public and private universities. They give opportunity to tour the historic and educational sites of other countries, affords to teacher educators a good way of enriching their intellectual, cultural, and social pursuits. And last, for networking with professional organization, we have the National Organization. Under it, we have Federation of Accrediting Associations of the Philippines. It is a group of agencies whose main function is to conduct accreditation of the educational qualification and facilities starting from the administration, curriculum, faculty profile, and learning environment. Now let us move on to the networking with foundations. So when you say networking with foundations, these are mostly companies or businesses whose mission includes CSR or corporate social responsibility, which demonstrates that these businesses takes an interest in wider social issues. With that, school benefits from these kind of organizations as it aims to deliver quality education services for the country youth. And here are some examples of foundations that cater school services and opportunities. First and foremost, we have Educational Research and Development Assistance. Its flagship program is Education for Out-of-School Youth. For number 2, we have Metrobank Foundation, Inc. Its flagship program is Education and Search for Outstanding Teachers. And third, we have Networking of Outstanding Teacher and Educators. It is committed to nurturing a culture of excellence and service among educators. Fourth, we have the Ayala Foundation, Inc. It is a non-profit organization which to fulfill the needs of a whole person through a holistic response. And last but not the least, we have Philippines Business for Education. It is a response to the need for consensus and sustained advocacy in education reform. How lucky are we to have these foundations who put much value in education, right? Learning is indeed a great investment. Now let's move on to the networking with government. Now, these are commonly departments in government that governs and take responsibility in educational matters. Here are some associations under it. First, we have Literacy Coordinating Council. They handle literacy courses training among the youth. Second is the Department of Science and Technology. It supports undergraduate and graduate scholarship programs in science and mathematics and the original science teaching centers. Third, we have the Commission on Higher Education, or CHED. It organizes technical panels for all professions, selects institutions as centers of excellence in their chosen fields, and regularly benchmarks the curricula of all degrees with international standards. And last, we have Teacher Education Council. Now it focuses its program on teacher education policies and standards in both DepEd and CHED. And finally, the last, which is networking with media. Now, this type of network enables educational institutions with opportunities to improve teaching learning process. And they are playing a big and influential role in educational sector. And some are the following. First is broadcast ABS-CBN and GMA foundations, government and private channels, historic and cultural events, publication and prints, and last, projected materials. Well, that is it for linkages and networking with organizations. Again, this is Chloe, an acquaintance of Miss Abilar. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something from me.